All right.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording. We're back. Hi. I don't know. What did you say?
I know, I haven't been on video in a long time. So it's been a while. 6 months, I think.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Life has intervened, and as you can see, we're on a boat again, but we are now in Chicago, Illinois, in what is ostensibly their summertime. Feels like a mild winter.
Yep.
And we don't live full-time on the boat, so don't get too excited. We're just, we have a share in a boat and we day sail it. But we live in Chicago now, and we are back to our professional lives, and we have not, we've neglected to put effort in.
We've been depressed. What he's trying to say is
we've been depressed. And we haven't wanted to think about sailing and our adventures because our lives right now look so much different than they did 6 months or a year ago.
But we are finally now going through all of that footage and are gonna wrap up the story for those of you who have been following along. So I'm sorry it's kind of confusing that we're now here in a city on a boat and we're gonna now flash back to our time in Greece and Italy on a sidecar.
Yeah, we'll try to put all the pieces together for you over the coming episodes of how we ended up here in Chicago working day jobs like 9-to-5 stiffs again, but yeah, we should finish up this European adventure first.
Thank you all for sticking with us as we try to figure out what's going on with our lives on and off a boat. And without further ado, we're going to take you back to October when we were in Europe on a motorcycle.
Cheers.
Shit. And we got a ferry to catch, so we got to figure out how we can fix this flat tire and get on the ferry.
Yeah. Let's move.
All right, let's go. I'm kind of an asshole for filming this, but I got it, you know? Okay, the ferry leaves in an hour. I've left the boys to try to fix the flat. I am gonna go down to the ferry station, tell them what's going on. Hopefully they'll hold the ferry for us. I really hope we don't miss this ferry because then we're stuck here another night and out $250. Wish us luck. You fixed it, huh?
She worked. Got a little low on the air, but hell, we were done 10 minutes after you started walking.
You were?
Yeah, totally bad that we sent you away.
Our private cabin. About those guys jumping in the wall.
Oh, it's crazy. So like, we're sitting there changing the bike and I'm looking at these dudes. And then I got to thinking and I saw your videos where you posted about France and England and the crossing. They just had the same getup. Like, they just looked like migrants. Same thing you've seen on the news. And I'm like, Will, those guys are gonna jump the fence. And all of a sudden, they all, like, boom, like 2 seconds, like 10 of them jumped over the wall, and they were walking behind the semi. And then the semi truck driver opened his door, and then they got scared. Or maybe it was the police, because there's motorbikes going up and down with their sirens on. And then they jumped back over the wall. And then there was another group up here when we went around and got our tickets, and then they jumped on the wall, and then the police came up, and then they jumped back, and I got that on video. And then the Greece's economy's in the tank, I guess, so how do they control that? It's a whole nother thing they have to put on their own shoulders. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. We arrived in Italy, about to get off the ferry. Matt's picking up his bike, and then we're road tripping all over southern Italy. What's this?
This is a Ducati Scrambler in here in Italy. This thing's gonna haul ass, dude. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be going faster than you first gear when you're in third.
Today we are in the ancient city of Potenza, which we haven't quite figured out what there is to do here.
It's so quiet.
I'm a little sleepy.
I just got into an accident with a tiny little Mercedes Italian car. As you can see, when they come around this corner, they decide to cut the corner just like that bus did. And I was about, I was in this side of the lane, obviously, and when I turned to come over, and I wasn't even low, because I was going real slow, and that car was over, and I caught the ass end of him with the front of the bike, and it jerked me. And that's when I accelerated, and then when I accelerated, I crushed the wall over here, and I didn't lay the bike down, but my leg got pretty beat up. But that's about it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm fine. The dude drove off. He knows it's clearly his fault. He wasn't in the right lane. And we've just seen 50 cars drive by do the same thing that he was doing. It's Italy. They make race cars. What do you expect?
All right, you feel good to...
Let's go up. Yeah, I'm just gonna follow you guys.
Okay.
We'll just take it slow from now on.
So after Matt got in a minor wreck with an Italian F1 driver, we were kind of feeling pretty lucky that we were coming to the conclusion of our trip and hadn't gotten in any accidents ourselves.
We knew that this trip was potentially going to be dangerous. I mean, we're riding a motorcycle through these small European streets. How could it not be dangerous? But the fact that he actually got into a minor little fender bender, it made the whole experience just a little more real for well, I think for both of us.
Prior to Matt even arriving, Kat and I had realized that the European winter was coming on pretty quickly, and we weren't really keen to ride around in November. Even in the Mediterranean, it was going to start getting rainy and pretty unpleasant.
Our waterproof bags are not waterproof, and our clothes got a little damp and we didn't realize it. And now everything we owned has some weird cheese funk. So we're getting the hotel to do laundry for us.
We'd had this idea since the previous season that we would really love to do an Atlantic crossing with the annual migration of the European boats back to the Caribbean in, you know, it usually happens in November. We knew some folks that would definitely be making that passage. So I sent Andrew an email just saying that I knew that he and Arwen were going to need to sail their boat back to the Caribbean, and asked if he needed crew for the delivery passage, and he pretty much immediately shot back an email saying, yeah, can you be in England on November 8th? Kat and I deliberated for about 20 minutes and said, yeah, we'll be there. We didn't have enough time between the end of Matt's trip in Italy to when we needed to be in England to ride the whole way. So we decided, okay, we'll just look at shipping the bike home from Italy.
We were both quite happy to head north to Rome to drop off Matt, see him safely on a plane, and to pack up our bike. Of course, once we get to Rome, the first thing that happens is that we are in an earthquake, which was very minor and fine, but kind of a perfect bookend to finish up our European trip. Did it stop?
No, yeah,
We're in an earthquake right now.
Earthquake.
You feel it in the shower?
Yeah, I was like,
All right, here we are in some random warehouse that loads up cargo ships that has no signs, as in it is a maze of trucks, which is where we're dropping off our bike. Will is inside dealing with paperwork, and soon we will say sayonara to our bike.
I'm going to be actually somewhat amazed if this bike ever makes it to New York.
Do you have any last words as you say goodbye to your bike?
Italy's a pain in the ass. No, it's a lot easier shipping with Air Canada, I'll say that much about it. I'm not confident that this is ever going to reach America.
And today, we're getting back on a boat. In the next episode, we arrive in England and meet the boat that will be our home. Cheers. And the crew that will be our family.
What a day.
Next month, as we prepare to cross the Atlantic and head home.